G'day guys, welcome to another video. I got way too ADHD and got too excited and went ahead and already moved the radiator. If you saw the last video, radiator usually sits here. We talked about moving the radiator up and out of the way so then we can put a fuel cell down in that area, because we're also going to do a firewall straight down here, and then we're talking about full perspex here, and then a roof entry for air down into the radiator. We've done the lines, we are ready to cut, and basically I was told by a good friend of mine, Jay Duca, from what's his thing called, Low Standards, and he said to me, it's just metal. And honestly, since he said that to me, this entire build, whenever I've got near something that's scary, I say to myself, it's just metal, and just crack on. And honestly, he's right, it's just metal. You fuck it up, you start again. It's just metal. So, you were keen to cut just metal?
Yeah, well, you marked it out.
Yeah.
We've done all the work, so let's
send it. Time lapse. ADHD's going hard.
I mean, well, yeah, there's a hole in your roof.
Yep. Yeah. Yep, there's a hole in the roof. And I've done that because it doesn't sit right. And my actual thoughts are, with what we're doing with the whole back door situation, and this bit being super duper heavy, my thoughts are we'll cut as much of the corners of this out that we can, remove this entire center section, and if anything we may just replace it with a single bar across the back as a jacking point. But more than likely, yeah, this is heavy, so I'm thinking we remove it all.
I mean, it is going in a pretty big dive.
Because I'm going to go for all fiberglass door, and down here low really doesn't matter as much, I feel like this is going to be the move. Yes, right at this second the exhaust looks awkward, but you got to imagine that I'm essentially going to put a metal step back in, somewhat of a step or a diffuser or something. We haven't quite made our mind up yet. Big alley diffuser like the low-brain car used to have when I was in France, when I was driving that car in France and stuff.
That was hot.
Sick on this.
Yeah.
We'll
and
just
I
have
mean,
to see.
With the radiator where it is now, you could vent all of the heat out of here, which means that you could have a big diffuser on there and it would look sick and it would actually function. Because you wouldn't need to worry about trying to evacuate heat from under the car anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point, because now that the radiator's up there and I'm going to put a fuel cell down there, my whole original idea, I was going to put a bit of flat stuff here. Now we can make a complete flat deck here, so the fuel system will be under, but the filler will have coming up here, and all that heat, then keep that off of the radiator as well.
Off the cell.
Definitely a move. Yeah.
And then you wouldn't even really need to run back windows, or even if you do, you get perspex ones to cut all those holes in them, and then all of that heat that comes through here can evacuate out of there, and then you can just run like your half doors like we were speaking about before.
I like it, eh? That's actually sounded pretty special-y. Alright, well, yeah, she's running wild, the old. Right, now, what I do need to tell you guys is, thanks for holding the camera by the way, that helps. I don't want to put my address on there, but huge thanks to TurboSmart. I now have a TurboSmart fuel pressure reg. If you don't already know, TurboSmart used to have a bunch of different fuel pressure regs that were for like different pressures and things like that. Where now Turbo Smart come out with this FPR6, I believe it's called. Yeah, FPR6, and you can use that for like multiple sizes and blah blah blah. So this is for the JZX100. We're now taking this and a fuel pump and everything to Russ, and Russ is going to wire, well, put this in and wire in 12 volt and put a new fuel pump into my JZX100, which means that'll be ready to go off to dyno tuning tomorrow. You'll see me at least dropping that off and talking to the boys there later in this video. But yeah, we'll get back onto this tomorrow. Oh. All right, 100's here again. Russ is going to do his magic. So obviously you got the FPR. Oh, he's already taken it out. He's already about to do FPR things. We've got a little 460. I think this was actually an LZ's car. So that's going to be going in. And then, where's the things, Russ? What? Where's your things? I guess I'll have to come have a look at them, but he puts these through the hat and does a 12 volt connection. And what a lot of people do miss out on is running 12 volt wiring, strong 12 volt wiring directly to the pump itself. A lot of people run 12 volt to the hat, but not past the hat to the pump. So this is like, these will go in the hat.
So it doesn't burn out the hat.
Yeah.
I've seen it many a time.
Yeah. And Russ builds race cars, so he knows.
Sometimes.
And works on tons of normal cars, but he knows his stuff. All right, I've been here editing away while Russ has been smashing stuff out on the JZX100. So new fuel pressure reg from Turbo Smart. Huge thanks to those guys. Legend supporters of the channel. And then seats and things are out. I think Russ already done it. Are you still doing things?
Yeah, just finishing off the loom.
Finishing off wiring to have all the 12 volts.
Yep.
So yeah, basically we're running the old 12 volt situation back to the pump. We now have a brand new 460.
Yep.
And this is the old fuel reg out of here. Nothing wrong with it as such, just doesn't flow enough for what we need.
No.
Can you tell if that's genuine or not? I reckon it would be.
I don't know. Probably is.
Everything on this car is pretty freaking genuine. It even has like brake lines and all kinds of crazy stuff. This car, it's really, really good car. Anyway, if you don't already know, Tiana's JZX100 is for sale, guys. It is still for sale. Got a bunch of people super interested, but it's not actually sold yet. It's not sold until the money's in the pocket. So yeah, I think Russ is getting kind of close, and then he's also going to chuck it onto the link now and just give it a bass tune so he can drive it under the trailer easier, because it's a bit of a pain with the part Power FC situation we got going because we stole the temp signal.
Yes.
What did we steal? Yeah.
The air temp.
Air temp. Yeah, we stole the air temp signal, well, wiring to use for the air temp sensor. So yeah, we just had to muck around a little bit with that. Otherwise, everything's looking a-okay with this thing, and I've got a video edited for you guys, which hopefully you'll see you watched yesterday or the day before, and things are happening. All right, we are on. Russ now has it running on the link. Just having a little bit of setup time just so we can load it on and off the trailer really well. Get that tiny bit of coloration into the intake pipe. I need to put that filter on when I get home. I need to not forget that. It's kind of annoying because I'm close to the tuner now, but it's night time, so we're not going to do it tonight. I'll take it tomorrow, but yeah, I'll put that filter on. Everything sounds good, looks good, is good. So yeah, a little bit more setup stuff. We'll be able to load this thing back on the trailer and then jump back into, which will be tomorrow, us taking this car to go get tuned. Love it. Standard Russ. It's like, yeah, we'll just get it running so we can chuck it on the trailer, and he's just playing. Can't help himself.
Oh, it's just a rough end. I'm just making sure everything I've done is working.
Okay.
At the moment, the intake temp sensor is having an issue.
Oh,
So I need to figure that out.
okay. Alright. We need to sort some more stuff out. Just give me a sec.
Glad to see everyone's got their safety boots on.
Yeah. Safety first, mate.
Safety third. Time.
Much apologies, neighbours. It is what time?
8:56.
Hopefully my neighbours are still cool.
That's a bedroom.
Oh, they're out.
Oops.
Are they?
So one hole. He scares me with that thing.
Film me, film him. Fucking hell.
Oh Jesus. One hole not enough for you today, mate.
It definitely looks cooler.
Oh, way cooler.
It was definitely.
Yeah, no. That's gonna look heaps better. So how do you feel about putting it on a diet today?
I wish it was that easy for me to go on a diet. Just start cutting. I really should have done this ages ago. Looking at it now, like without the pillar and that, how much simpler and easier it's going to be to just do everything. Makes me a little bit mad because we've been busting our balls trying to do stuff in this car.
Like trying to put fuel in right there.
Yeah, the fuel has been a nightmare. Obviously, we're moving that anyway, but you know, I was still undecided, and yeah, happened to be 9 o'clock at night, and I'm sure. So after this, so basically, what you'll see in this video is us sort of going hard on getting some stuff done because I leave to go away. Today is Wednesday. No,
Today's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
You fly out Thursday.
Tomorrow night, I need to get this car over to Custom Fibre Parts. They're the guys that supplied the front end. They're going to be doing the ducting from the roof down into the radiator, and they're the guys that will be doing the back doors. They won't be doing the back doors on this trip. The guy that owns Custom Fiberworks is actually coming to the States with me on my second trip in the couple of weeks. But for this trip to Canada, I'm going to go drop it off to him tomorrow night, which will be Wednesday night. I'll go pick it up off him the following Wednesday, and he's doing a custom fiberglass intake setup for the radiator. So it'll bring it all together, make it all look like it's meant to be. This is going to make his job a ton easier. That's for damn sure. He's going to be very happy we've done this. I'll send him a picture in a minute. He'll be bloody stoked. Obviously, we're going to fully perspex the side of this car now. And one of the cool things is I had a tint company reach out to me about tints, and I'm like, I'm not just doing tint, it has to be coloured. So I need to make a decision, but all the perspex at the back, I'm definitely going to do a coloured tint on it. So if you've got any ideas for the coloured tint, let us know down in the comment section of what tint colour you... Keep in mind the car's going to be white, and Adam LZ already did red.
It's got to be
I'm
blue.
not copying.
The blue.
I would like blue. Yeah.
Like the chrome.
You know what the graphics are going to be, so you've got a bit of a head start on everybody else.
Yeah.
I feel cheated out of this.
Hey?
I feel cheated out of this.
I can show you the livery after you turn that off. Well, some of the livery anyway. But, yeah. That's a ton of weight out. Just going to cop perspex now.
It's got to be 50
Pretty
kilo
solid.
out of the roof and those pillars and the windows.
Also,
Yeah.
once it goes fuel cell though, there's more shit you can cut out.
Yeah.
So,
Where?
well, you'll lose your fuel tank, cut out. You can even lose these fenders if you want to.
All the stuff behind it all. Yeah. So I'm actually, I said to, I don't know if I said to the camera, I can't remember, in this video or the one before, probably going to cut it off. Cut that, get rid of that whole section. And just do a bar across.
Yeah.
Like a singular bar across the back
Yeah,
there.
singular bar.
Because then you can build a diffuser into it quite easily.
All that, jacking point, all that sort of jazz just off that point, I think.
What do you need a jacking point for? You've got your ground sliders for that.
Well,
Yeah,
they'll
but
they'll be too close to the ground.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still voting air jacks.
Oh, yeah, you have air jacks.
I have a pair sitting there that I haven't put in
I
yet.
can lend. I don't want to buy any.
Not us.
Bloody neighbours.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other noisy
Come have a
neighbours.
look. You didn't hear it. You're joking.
Well, there you go. We can keep making
Surely
noise.
You could have heard us. You heard us behind you. There's the neighbour now, folks.
The
Hey?
wild Irish appears. Don't walk any closer. There's glass
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
there's glass everywhere, right?
Yeah, because
Right.
we've lost the pillar, and yeah.
We were robbed of all of the weight.
So the radiator goes up there now. Sorry, we'll turn it off. We're going to talk to the neighbour. They're lined up.
As lined up as it's going to get. It's a little bit low, but I'm going to fix that in the mould.
Slipped and put more holes in the roof. Because I did the old measure once, cut straight away rather than measuring twice, I have put the hole a smidge further back than I would have liked. Probably by about an inch. So we're going to reevaluate where the radiator mounts. Probably just going to move it all back a smidge. And that'll be good. We're basically going to make it suit that hole I've just cut in the roof. And from there we'll be sweet. It's just a mistake on my behalf. But we're going to make it good. And just change some brackets. I wasn't pumped on that bracket anyway. So make new brackets and life will be good. Where'd my grinder go?
Put it down there. Having fun? You're a menace with a grinder.
Cut all the things.
You can't weigh anything if it's not there.
I blame Jay Duca. He told me, just metal. Ever since then,
You slip the grinder again, mate.
oh, what do you think of that? Weight loss. I said, can't lose it myself, make the car lighter. It's obviously with the fiberglass door going on, I really don't need any structure here as such. We are going to do, I'll be cutting a bit more of this away. This is just the first cut to see where we're at, but essentially we'll add in a bar across the back that will be act as a jacking point, and yeah, that's all I know right now. It's gonna be good.
So you've cut the pillar, the roof, drilled another hole in the roof, cut all the back of it out there. What's next to cut? I feel like that's all today is you just playing with the grinder.
Look. Yeah. That's kind of been a lot of it. But at the end of the day, you know, obviously the lighter we make it, the less power is going to be an issue. It just opens us up. Makes it 10 times easier to work on, as you would agree.
Oh, hell yeah.
So much easier to work on. But just in general, it's, yeah, it's making it a ton lighter. Like, this is going to make a dramatic difference in the weight. Like, we've taken probably 100 kilos out.
Oh, easily. Like, just that roof piece alone, like, that was probably 15, 20 kilo.
It was heavy.
The two pillars and the glass, that was probably another 15 kilo aside.
Yeah.
Plus that rear section that was easily close to 10.
A lot of weight. There is a lot of weight in these cars. They weren't exactly designed to be light. Everything's sort of triple, quadruple layered. Like, where's that bit I took off? I just cut off.
Oh, it's from the side there. But you can see it here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And that's thick, man. Like, that is
Well,
gnarly.
that's a double layer on its own.
Yeah. So yeah, you got big thick layer, thinner layer, and another layer on there as well.
Yeah.
It's just a ton of metal. And then you got to think, like, even in here, we've got all the mounts for the hinges and stuff like that.
They can all go.
Like, once we start messing with more of this and get the back door on and work out where we need to mount the door, we can cut out all that unnecessary weight we don't need anymore. And, you know, we'll be able to probably take...
We'll get another 50 kilo out of it easily.
At least another 50 kilos we can take just out of the rear of this thing. That's going to help it overall, you know, slide around and do what we need it to do.
So moral of the story is don't ever rear end a patrol.
Oh God, no. Well, you see patrols when they hit stuff, like, they're thick, you know, even just the panels alone are very thick, solid panels.
And so much bog.
Yeah.
Like every panel in this car, like stuff that's you can tell has never been touched before.
Yeah.
There's still like
other
a mil and a
patrol
half of bog.
stuff I've seen, yeah, they'll have a lot of bog. It is what it is. But we're making moves. Obviously, this is all cleaned up a lot down the bottom here. We're still not confirmed 100% what we're going to do with this section. Like I said, I feel like once the Perspex is on, if we have that, you know, sort of black bit around the Perspex anyway to make it look like a normal window, you know, like if you have a look at the S14 over here, it's got that anyway. See how it's got the black strip?
Yeah, like they have that factory.
And even on the back window there, you can see it. It's all black.
I'm pretty sure that the factory windows that we knocked out of this were even the same. They had a strip.
Probably was. So, you know, we're able to do that. We've still got the piece that goes here, which will help, you know, clean this section up. The main thing that's going to be somewhat harder is just sort of cleaning up this section here, working out what to do as far as mounting the Perspex. It's whether do we delete this strip here and try and
what if we were able to recreate something like this the whole way down?
Again, if we could do that, yes, but it's whether we can. And, you know, it's one of those things, do you want to spend, you know, a week mucking around with that? It could be a future thing, you know what I mean?
I'm thinking more of a future thing, like for the next event, probably not.
No.
But after that, yeah,
yeah, and there's more time to muck around on it. But yeah, so I don't even know what else I want to do on it today. But I'll be loading it up sort of soon and getting it off to Custom Fibre Parts. So we've got to get it off there to Custom Fibre Parts so they can sort of do what they need to do. God, it's so filthy inside the car from all the fab work.
It's not going to get any better with fiberglass dust everywhere.
No. I'm glad I'm getting new seats.
Yeah.
It's going to need a real good clean on the dash. And
I mean, I'm really excited to see the rear firewall and the ducting and all that come together. I think that's
so am I.
That's going to transform the way the car looks, especially as a spectacle through this side section here.
Yeah. I think maybe before we send it off, we might just do something like that angle we cut them on's a bit shit.
Yeah.
Maybe if we cut that on a nice flat angle on both sides before we send it off.
It's probably about it for now. Plenty to do when it comes back though.
Oh yeah. The freaking biggest vacuum cleaner out. My little vacuum cleaner's just not doing enough.
No, you vacuumed this morning and there's still glass everywhere.
So, no, I'm very happy with where the radiator's sitting now. Welding on the mounts leaves a little to be desired.
Don't look at me like that.
We're running out of gas, it doesn't help. But we've got to finish the top mounts, but once that's all done and cleaned up, I think that's going to look neat as.
Yeah.
And obviously got to get fans back on. Once we get the fuel cell, we'll be able to drop out the stock tank and run the lines for that, which is going to be exciting. Yeah.
Bulkheads everywhere, braided line everywhere. It's gonna be good fun.
Yeah.
That's a weekend project on its own.
Yeah, oh absolutely. Alright, let's continue to do a bit more cutting. I feel like it's a steam engine filling up the top of the steam engine. It's kind of cool. It's down on the ground now, at least. It's nice. Easy to service the radiator.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there.
The car's definitely come up in height.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's typically what happens when you take 100 kilo out of a car.
Rude how much GK Tech lock, isn't it?
It's got plenty of lock for a patrol.
So, pillar out was 100% the move.
Oh, dude. Hands down.
Yeah. Everybody that asked for it, you do have the pillar out now. And look at that. You can't even see the rock slider. Well, road slider. We've still got to work out exactly what it's called. But when you get down low, you can see it there. I reckon that's smick. Schmick. I'll straighten the wheel just so we can see it sit flat. So much light in it as well. Like.
Oh yeah, it's heaps easy to see everything now. You're right, the rear has definitely come up.
Yeah. It's not bad though. It's sitting pretty level now.
Yeah. You're not low enough, mate. Oh, don't go any further.
Oh, it's basically a Bobby, mate.
Yeah. Like fully off the ground.
All right, we're all loaded up on the trailer. Hope you like those clips we just did then. Pretty fun to just drive this thing around a little bit and have a laugh. But the way the car was sitting in that hole shows me the back of the car is definitely light now. So that's a really cool thing, honestly, to go into that hole and it dip in the front and pick a back wheel up, and I actually had to stand on the back of the car to bring the front up, tells me that the back of this car is definitely light now, which I am absolutely stoked on. We obviously got stuff we still need to put back in. Even though it's only fiberglass, it's still going to weigh something. The rear thing, perspex will still weigh a little bit. Radiator's not full of water, it's got a bit of water in it, it's not full though. Fans are still going to go on there. We've got to do the firewall and a few other bits and pieces. You know, there's probably 50 odd, maybe a bit more kilos to go back in. We've got a fuel cell going in this. The fuel cell will be lighter than the stock tanks, just due to the fact that not only lighter from what it's made out of, but also less fuel. I'm going to do like a 37 litre cell, where this car takes like 60 odd litres of fuel, so there's also weight saving there. But overall, can't be happier. We'll join this vlog again in a sec when we get down to the guys at Custom Fiber Parts.
Get to the scene, I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these hoes. They getting they feeling and dragged down. That's why these niggas just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Fuck it in and I'ma stand out.